It's time, Squeaky, for Saturday Shenanigans. I hope you've been waiting all week for it, right? I have not. I have had an awful week. Just being honest, right out the gate, right? The week I haven't felt well at all, and it's been a gazillion degrees outside, and then it's a gazillion degrees inside as well because the air conditioner can't keep up. It's just been rough. My apologies, because I'm hot right now, and just like all right. but but I didn't want to go all day Saturday without talking to you, friends. So we're gonna have a small, quick review about a Robert Redford movie that I despised, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things that we got in the mail, and then we're going to go on about our business and enjoy the rest of our weekend and be back next week refreshed, hopefully. Who knows? All right, so which do you want to do first? Do you want to talk about the Robert Redford movie, or do you want to see what came in the mail? You in the back. Yeah. All right, fine. I'll show you what we got in the mail, and then we'll talk about the Robert Redford movie, because it is what it is. All right, so I got Scott Pilgrim in 4K. Say what you want about this movie, but it is a fun time. It is a fun movie. It looks beautiful. It's stunning. It's based on a comic book. I get it, a graphic novel, whatever. Regardless of the story or what you think of the story, this is a beautiful movie. I do not regret that. From our good friend Harrison over at Static Tape Video, Second Sat came out with In the Name of the Rose. I'm excited to see this. I've never seen it before, so that's awesome. Sean Connery and Christian Slater. So, my friends, Nerdy Fanboy and Nerdy Fangirl, respectively, sent me this. And this is a guilty pleasure movie for me. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a fantastic story with great music? Yes. Super fun watch. Weird as can be. But if you've never seen it, it's always worth one watch. It just is. And finally, from Stellar Stylus, he sent me the one and only season of No Ordinary Family. Never seen it, but evidently it's a family that ends up getting superpowers, and I'm always interested in that. Sadly, it's only the one season, but I appreciate that. And he also sent Lawrence of Arabia in 4K, which I have never seen, but I've heard over and over how great this is, and I can't wait to watch it. You can never get back that first watch. The feeling you have with a first watch when you love something or you watch something and it just connects with you, and that is the feeling that we always are looking for. It's what makes watching movies great. And then some movies are special enough that they have rewatchability and you get to have that feeling over and over, but it's never quite as great, no matter how much you love the movie, as that first watch. When you watch something for the first time and it just connects with you, it's always a delight, right? We've all seen something that we connected with and enjoyed, and then we can't shut up about it. And then everybody's like, can't you be quiet? We've already seen that, or whatever the case may be. Or you get people to become new fans of something that they'd never heard of before. That's always super fun. I enjoy that. It's always my favorite is to watch it for the first time. It's a fantastic moment. So in the comments down below, tell me, What's a movie that you watched for the first time that you fell in love with, and that to this day it's still one of your favorites, whether it's a guilty pleasure or something you just really enjoy? I mean, it doesn't matter if it's something that everybody loves, but just give me a heads up in the comments below. You tell me what your favorite guilty pleasure movie is, or your favorite movie, the one that connected with you the first time watching it and you've never been able to forget it and wanted to get that feeling back. So tell me in the comments down below. Now let's talk about Robert Redford. Yes, Robert Redford has had a huge career, or had a huge career, and no doubt about it, he's done some great movies in his career before he passed away. But later on in his career, at the end of it, he did some movies, and I haven't seen very many of them, but I watched this one. Nerdy wife found this one, and she'd heard good things, so we watched it together. Let's take a look. A Walk in the Woods. This is based on a book from 2015, an hour and 44 minutes. All right, if you watch the trailer to this, it looks plumb funny. It looks like a comedy, like a buddy comedy, if you will. One person is voted out on critic lists. After spending 2 decades in England, Bill Bryson returns to the United States, where he decides the best way to connect with his homeland is to hike the Appalachian Trail with one of his oldest friends. Now, it's directed by Ken Kwapis. I don't care about who it's written by. This is based on a book called A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. It stars Robert Redford and Nick Nolte, with Emma Thompson plays Robert Redford's wife. Okay, let's talk about it. All right. So I'm just gonna be honest. None of that is clear in this movie. This movie starts and they play Robert Redford's character like that he's kind of having a midlife crisis or writer's block or something, and hasn't really written much in the last 4 years. And then randomly he's like, "Hey, honey, I'm going to go walk the Appalachian Trail," which is like 5 million miles, right? It's like it takes months to do if you walk it or whatever. And his wife's like, "Well, that's crazy." And he's like, "I know, but I'm going to do it." They give no reason for him doing it. Like, he walks outside of his house and down this little trail, which happens to his neighborhood, happens to connect to the Appalachian Trail, and he sees a sign saying Appalachian Trail, so many miles this way to there, so many miles that way to there, and then he goes back home and says, "I'm going to walk that." And that's they give no reasoning why this older man. Hey, Squeaky Chair, we're almost out of coffee. I need to order some. Don't let me forget. Hey, friends, do you like coffee? Are you looking for some? Do you need to buy some coffee? That's the question. That's always the question. Make sure you don't run out of coffee. And if you're looking to buy some coffee anyway, we got links down below from Blackout Coffee, and it is an affiliate link, so it's a win-win for everybody. You get to save 20% on your first order, and we make a couple of cents on the commission, and so it's win-win. You're buying you're going to buy some coffee anyway. You might as well buy the best coffee on the planet, which in our opinion is Blackout Coffee. Would walk this trail. Like, they don't play it out as a midlife crisis or anything. It's just suddenly he's like, "Hey, honey, I'm going to do this." I mean, who cares? He's got a wife at home. Who cares? He's got kids. Whatever. Like, I'm going to go walk that. And she's like, "All right, that's fine, idiot. But you're going to have to walk it with somebody. You're not doing this alone." So he calls all these people he's known over the years, and they all tell him to shove off because that's ridiculous, like any normal person would do. One of those friends tells another one of his ex-friends, Robert Redford's ex-friends, somebody he had a falling out with, played by Nick Nolte, what he's doing. And so Nick Nolte calls him and says, "Hey, can I walk that trail with you?" And that's what starts this story of them walking the Appalachian Trail. Now, it's not that Robert Redford is a bad actor, but in this movie, I've got to be honest, I don't know if he was having trouble remembering the lines, which it wasn't like there was anything complex about it. He was just a dude walking a trail. But it came across like he did not know the script, or he was just like reading off note cards or what. Like, he just didn't put any emotion into it. Meanwhile, he's playing a part opposite Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte, who, as this bumbling ex drunk who can barely stutter out his lines, does a bang up job, and he's the best part of the movie. He's the best part. This movie is only watchable because of Nick Nolte, which is insane. Don't get me wrong. I like Nick Nolte. I've seen lots of things with Nick Nolte in them that I really like from back in the day. But this is an old man that can barely say a sentence. And he pulls this character off brilliantly, to the point it made me want to look up this book and get this book and read the book. Because it sure wasn't Robert Redford or Emma Thompson. And I like Emma Thompson, but in this, she doesn't have a lot to work with. It's just responding to the idiot that wants to walk 4,000 miles across different states, who's never been physically active like that. This guy whose entire job is to write books. Well, it's not like he's at the top of physical performance, right? So it makes no sense. And yes, I get it. The real person, Bill Braston, evidently walked this trail. But if you look up the book, there was a reason he wanted to walk the trail. And it was because he believes that we're going to mess up the climate. Climate change is going to mess up the planet, and all the big trees on the Appalachian Trail are going to die. All the trees, they're just going to die. Now, in the movie, there are certain moments where Robert Redford's character just spouts off facts about nature or the trees or this or that. But in no way do they inform you or make you understand that the actual man, Bill Braston, is one of those people that is an activist. I've never read any of his books. They may be fantastic. They have great reviews. But listening to the 5-minute sample of this book, I made the choice. I don't have enough time in my life to listen to somebody that thinks that all the trees are going to die. Now, you can think what you want. I don't care what your beliefs are. But the trees aren't all going to die out in the forest. I'm 50 years old, and for 49 of those years, I've been hearing about how the rainforest is going to be gone next year because the planet's going to die over here, or this is going to die over here because people suck, blah, 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 blah. And 49 years later, there's still trees. There's still forests. There's not as many as there were, but it's just insanity. If you live your life worried about we're killing the planet, I've got to tell you, I want you to listen real careful, please, because I say this out of love, because I'm a fat dork sitting here in front of a camera talking about movies. I want you to listen. If you care about the environment and you want to fix the environment, that's fantastic. But your first stop should be to drive yourself over to China and tell them to quit smogging it up. Because in America, the truth is, we're a tiny, minuscule fraction of a percent. Meanwhile, other countries are like 20, 30, 40% of the problem. But you're standing here in whether this guy's from Europe or lives in Europe or England or whatever, and he moved back after he walked the Appalachian Trail, so whatever. Whether you're in England or whether you're in America, if you're just holding a sign and complaining about the trees dying, you're in the wrong continent. And it takes very little education to understand that. Read a book about who don't listen to the news. read a book, do some research, and you'll see that India, China, there are other places, huge percentage of smog and just destroying nature. And you're in America where there's still huge swaths of land with trees and forest and where people don't live. Talking about we're destroying it. So anyway, so I decided not to. I'm not going to give this guy my money. I don't care about his stupid book. And the movie. The problem is the movie was all. It was fine. It was fine. Yes, Robert Redford kept taking you out of the story. Kept taking you out of the movie because he just wasn't giving it his best. But then Nick Nolte would pull you back in because he did so good. And I don't know whether it was because he was just playing himself or playing this character. I don't know. So, did I enjoy it per se? Yes, it was a perfectly fine watch. Will I buy it to put in the collection? Nope, because I'll never watch it again. But man, if you want to see a good actor, watch this movie, but don't watch it for Robert Redford. Watch it for Nick Nolte because he brought the smoke. And that's where it stands, man. I like Robert Redford. He did so many good roles. But I don't know if it was just a paycheck or if it was mental capacity or his age or where we're at, what caused the problem here. But he did not make this movie. Nerdy wife didn't like the movie at all. She was like, this is a terrible movie. You get one thing in the trailer, and what you get in the movie is not the same. So if you're a fan of the book, maybe watch the movie. Have you seen this movie? Have you read the book? How close are they related? Tell me in the comments down below. Hey, we got to get out of here. It's late in the day today. But don't worry. We will be back next week. I've got everything planned. We will get to high and low. It's sitting right there. But it's just been such a rough week. How's your week going? Hopefully better than mine. Hey, thanks for being here and watching our videos. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see you next week. For Michael, the microphone, Bob, Squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We'll see you then.